pursuant to public notice, this is the Commissioners' Coversheet Review Committee meeting convening at 3:20 p.m. on the 25th at the Queens office of the board in Queens County, New York. Commissioners, we have for you several amended cover sheets as well as a few initial defects that was caught in the final cleanup to be presented to you, as well as a recorded page numbering defect cure. The first matter is for the amended cover sheet filed for Sinise Palumbo, for member of the New York State Assembly, 7th District, Bronx County. The cover sheet initially filed with the board did not include the apartment number, which was included on the petition. The amended cover sheet timely filed includes the apartment number.
And just for the record, I'm Jose Aracho, Queens, Democrat.
Mike Michaud, Republican.
Cindy, please call Tracy at 1559. Cindy.
There is the apartment number now listed on the cover sheet, which matches the petition.
The amended cover sheet.
The amended cover sheet. The second is an amended county committee schedule for the Democratic Party, Bronx County 85th Assembly District. The initial defect was that the schedule provided did not include the correct volume numbers for all the candidates. They tried to list them as a group without identifying them in the schedule. Now what they've done is they correctly did the change numbers, which were noted as incorrectly showing the candidates. They have the correct volume numbers on, and they filed the required certification, including the statement that they are authorized to file this amended cover sheet. It was timely filed in response to the NCN notice. Those conclude the two Bronx matters. New York County, one amended cover sheet for Londell Davis to be male member of the Democratic State Committee in the 70th Assembly District. The initial defect was that the original cover sheet filed for the candidate had a zip code of 10027. The petition had 10037, and the candidate is registered at his residence address at 10037. In response to the non-compliance notice, a timely amended cover sheet was filed on the 23rd and was reviewed and has a valid cure and contains the required statement that they're authorized to file the amended cover sheet. 37 is there, Commissioners. 27 was on the original.
So the amended cover sheet
matches the petition. Yes. That's the one Manhattan matter we have. For Queens, Barbara, do you have that petition with the page number of defect? Queens 193 for Emily Brown. We'll move to the Brooklyn, we'll come back to the 26. Commissioners, in the cleanup process, what was found in two initial defects: county committee schedule, Democratic Party, Kings County. The schedule does not include zip codes. So we have to do that.
The cover sheet has to have the full address?
Yes, especially for petitions here with the county committee, because we rely upon that in all the data which should be done. The second defect, which was just what was, again, Democratic County Committee, 50th Assembly District, Kings County. The petition address shows 141 Java Street. That's where the people are registered to vote. The cover sheet shows the address of 146. It appears to be a typographical error on the cover sheet. Cyril Joseph, Commissioners. Your committee sent a notice out on July 9th advising him that the original cover sheets, the number of volumes were omitted from the cover sheet, the number of volumes claimed did not agree with the identification numbers, and they had the incorrect identification numbers. The petitions have identification numbers beginning with KG 1106 running through KG 1109, and they have numbers in the 500, 400 range. When they filed the amended cover sheet, they cured some defects. They put the name of the party in, and they correctly stated the number of volumes. However, they repeated, regrettably, the incorrect volume numbers. It's still the 500 series.
Is there time to cure
Yes,
pass?
time to cure.
So this is opened, or you're looking at
No,
this?
this is an amended cover sheet. The 3-day period for review maximum is done, so we can't re-cure it. So that's why we're recommending this is an invalid cure.
Because they had no-
It's an invalid complete cure.
They failed, incomplete, yeah.
Incomplete.
They failed to cure all the defects.
And some would argue that that's the biggest defect right there, not identifying the right
Correct.
volume numbers.
Correct.
He'll be given a notice.
He's going to be giving, a letter will go out today saying that you found it to be an invalid cure. That will give him 3 days in which to seek relief from the justices of the New York State Supreme Court. Okay. Now,
Can I see the letter you sent one? Was the letter
Yes,
specific
yeah.
enough? It's clearly stated
Yes.
on our letter.
it may be a form letter, Commissioner, but it's accurate. The next recommendation for you, the report that we're presenting to the Coversheet Review Committee, is that with respect to the candidate Guillermo Philpotts for New York State Senator in the 20th Senate District, several different petitions were filed on behalf of Mr. Philpotts. Mr. Philpotts received a defect notice relating to both his Senate petition and his state committee petition that he filed himself. The petitions filed with another contact person for the Senate candidacy was not properly cured, and the petitions committee determined it to be an invalid cure because that set of amended cover sheets contained the volume on which it didn't appear. But in presenting to you the initial determination with respect to the state committee report on July 18th for the committee, we inadvertently excluded the state senate. That is a valid cure for the state senate because he does appear on the one volume he claims here, 1564, which is this one. No, that's the petition. Here's the petition. Only the state senate candidate appeared on 1564. So it was a proper determination that it was invalid with respect to the state committee because that doesn't appear on the committee. But we're asking that to make a determination that the amended cover sheet claiming a one volume for the state senate be deemed a valid cure. So it will remain on the ballot with only one volume to its credit. Part of the problem we had multiple cover sheets filed for the same candidate, but in reviewing this, we determined that with one volume and on its face, the one volume has more than the requisite number of signatures, and I do not believe there may be a clerk's report that may be worked on. I don't know what the findings are, but that, as you know, prima facie or cover sheet matters can be ruled upon independently if he's off because of inadequate signatures in his volume. You'll get that on Wednesday. Now the problem, the one that's Commissioners, there was a finding with respect to candidate Christopher Duros Cindy for Duros Cindy, D-U-R, for running for member of the Assembly in the 55th Assembly District. there was incorrect, no page numbers listed. Your committee met on July 10th at 4 p.m. and determined that there was a defect and notice should go out. However, on the 9th of the 10th, there was a problem with the postal service delivery, so the notices actually went out to Mr. Durasimi on the 11th, and received on the 12th to extend the time. However, for some reason, and we're not sure what it is, he filed a purported cure prior to the commissioners meeting. He filed a cure at 2:49 p.m. on July 10th.
Which was timely.
No, there was no notice yet, so it was improper filing.
No, but if he figured it out on his own,
You could not file an amended petition absent notice of non-compliance. And that's not policy in the past.
is that something in our procedures?
So, wait.
So before he got a notice.
But the notice was supposed to go out when?
It was approved by the commissioners after 4 p.m. on the 10th,
After 4 p.m.
which was the meeting was scheduled for 4, I believe he started a few minutes later. And he filed this at 2:49 p.m., approximately an hour plus before the meeting.
So you only could cure a cover sheet
You could-
if you discover it yourself, but not a petition defect.
Right. The petition
Within the
file is
filing
filed.
period, right.
As of right, up until midnight on the last night to file, you can file as many amended cover sheets as you wish.
What about the petition?
Petition is once filed with the board, that is inviolate unless the commission determines to give them a cure. The only two potential violations that can be cured for the petition itself, based on the decision of the appellate division, is either a page numbering defect or a binding defect.
This
We
is
have
a
the page
paging
number
defect.
defect.
Right,
It's a
the
paging
notice
defect.
the problem, the concern we have is that in this case, the cure was filed before notice was even given or determination was made that the numbering defect existed.
But he had a right to cure within those 3 days after July 11th.
After July 11th.
Right.
And he did not, he filed this on July 10th.
So,
If he would have filed it the 11th or
Yeah,
those
but-
3 days, it would have been valid.
why not? Why are we
Deem
saying
it
we
valid.
can't use
Well,
it?
my question then is, so you can file a cure even before a defect is found.
But he
but the-
found a cure. But he found a defect.
But you cannot file as of right the cure.
Our rules say that.
That's the thing, in response to
wait.
non-compliance.
No, but you're right, non-compliant, but for a sheet number, I thought you can.
You can
No,
cure
you
it
can-
after you get notice of the defect. The policy has been you have to wait for notice of the defect in the past.
What happens if somebody was what happens if somebody noticed it happened to call
But
and,
You may determine that it's not a valid cure option, it's possible, commissioners.
no, but what I'm saying is, what happens if somebody at the board made a phone call and said, look, we're working this up and there's a number? Is that a notification?
No. Because the staff cannot give notification, only the commissioners committee can do that.
Mhm.
That power is reserved exclusively to either the full board or if you're operating pursuant to the cover sheet review process, it specifically says that it's a committee to be done. The board, through D2, authorizes either the full board or a commissioners committee, composed of one committee to make the review and staff determinations.
Okay, that's fine. I understand that. But what about where does it in our rules say that you can't cure a petition
Before.
before
I know.
you receive notification of the
There is
defect?
no provision for curing petitions at all in our rules.
What about
Doesn't
the
say
election
what-
laws?
In the election law either, it's a court-created remedy if the board finds a defect to allow you to cure a page number or binding.
Is there court cases that say that he can't do this?
Court cases only say that they can do it in response to a notification of the board has to give that notification. This is the case of first impression.
I think it's within your power to.
So what's gonna happen, if we rule that it's no good, he's gonna get relief in court and say, I did file it, but I filed it 40 minutes before I ruled.
And in addition, commissioners, also we have a problem the same way too, in that his cover sheet, his amended cover sheet did not address the defect as well. He also had a cover sheet defect, we have both. Here is his
All right,
amended.
so let's put this to the side. Let's deal with the cover sheet.
Right. The amended cover sheet was filed at 2:47 before the review, and it didn't cure the reported defects. The defects being that commissioners in this volume, the Senate candidate, the Assembly candidate only appears for a different term than in this volume. And you can see the amended cover sheet claiming both the lists both and doesn't include this office as is described here without a term.
Where do you see the term? Term commencing middle of December.
This
What?
matches this.
Do you need the term?
You need to match the petition, Commissioner.
Okay, so it's the cover sheet doesn't match the petition.
With
It's
this
not,
volume.
it's not that the petition is defective because it doesn't have a term.
No.
I just want to
No.
make it
And
clear.
what the difference is that he really had to file two separate cover sheets, which has happened, for example, in other cases in Kings County. One claiming this volume with the two terms set forth, a separate cover sheet claiming for the office with no term set
So this is not a valid cure for this petition,
for respect to this volume. Yes.
422,
Yes.
volume
But
422.
he's claiming both on the amended cover sheet. He did the same thing
This was
on the
done,
original.
this was done before you notified.
It was the
Right.
same situation, it was the same meeting it was done, but he filed this, you can also see what he noted too, this was filed at,
But
Yeah.
the cover sheet, according to us, I guess, can be amended prior to receiving
yes.
notification.
So that's why it's valid if it was a correct cover sheet.
Only for one.
Yes. And in this case, Commissioners, the amended cover sheet filed on the 10th date of determination, there's been no subsequent amended cover sheet filed.
Right, so since you
He got
sent the notice,
He had
nothing.
three-
So
he had
this
3
came in
days.
before you noticed, and then you noticed,
But
and
he
he
had,
never
but he,
got it.
but he
Because he thought he cured it.
Right, he thought he cured it.
Well, if you read that, this was, we're very specific
on the cover sheet notice.
as to what the defect.
Very other.
Because those are two different ones, through facia and one is an actual NC.
And one was the petition, the page number defect was a separate defect.
Yeah, because that's not here.
Right.
No, we have a copy.
Different,
It's a different notice too.
let's hear it.
Well, I mean, this one's clear.
So I think it's
So I
nothing
think-
else, if you want to defer, not act on the volume issue, just rule as invalid cure, then that would resolve the issue, the invalid cover
For
sheet.
both?
No, for the cover sheet.
Right, only
Cover
valid
sheet's
for the
no
cover
good.
sheet.
Yeah, the cover
So
sheet's
then,
no
but then we
good,
still have the issue.
but the candidacy then fails.
Failed, because you need a cover sheet to
Yes.
continue. You need if you.
A valid cover
Right.
sheet to remain as a
To-
candidate.
Right. If he didn't cure the cover sheet, ruling on this doesn't make any reasoning because the cover sheet is not done. Right?
Yes, and so I would say, we had recommended there was a not valid cure for both, but you should
This cover sheet, this amended cover sheet
claiming 2 volumes,
claims 2 volumes.
one of which doesn't
Have
include
this information.
that
So
office.
then this is no good.
And this is no good.
Why is this
because
no good?
This doesn't have a valid cover sheet, correctly stating the number of volumes or which volumes they appear on. See, that's one, they're claiming both volumes to constitute the entire petition. And other people are aware of this
Have the courts upheld
This-
our rule with that?
with our rule, yes, that you have to properly appear on the volumes claim. The problem here is I think the individual may have been concerned, you know, again, he thought he's running in the end for one office, the state senate seat, the state assembly seat. But the fact is, by including the multiple descriptions of the terms on this petition and not including it on that, on the other volume, it then makes it in effect 2 separate petitions. One is for the undesignated term office, this is for the expiration of the current term, and then for the new term beginning January 1.
There should have been one cover sheet claiming 2 volumes for the one
No,
time. and then
one
another
volume
cover
for
sheet
each
each
sheet,
one.
which is done by other candidates who follow this in anticipation that there could be a potential that someone would soon to create a special election to call that as well. We've had multiple cover sheets filed with with other candidates with the exact same descriptions for a term ending December 31, the term commencing January 1. They claim certain volumes for that, and a separate cover sheet for the undesignated term. That's for both state senate and for the assembly in Kings County. That didn't appear in the vacancies in the Bronx.
Well, like I said, clearly the cover sheet is not here. Now the whole question, in my opinion, is the one, right?
No, he says
It's not, right.
both of them.
Both of them.
And we gave them a notice, a 3-day period from even the extra
After.
date, because the mailing didn't go out on the 10th, it didn't go out to the 11th. 12th, 14th, it would have been to the 16th. We still have not received an additional
Right,
file.
because he's probably under the assumption that these were good.
So if we make it an invalid cure on the cover sheet, we would then give him notice today and allow the appeal for the court to seek redress. So we're going to limit it then just to the amended cover sheet and not, in effect, move it out the action on the petition.
We're around the corner. Much better.
Then we have the petition.
This petition is over that. Right, yeah.
Then we gotta do the Queens. Yeah. I'll stamp these, we'll get back to the order.
Yeah.
We'll find them before we go. Where is the Queens defect page? Here it is. Commissioners, your staff of the Queens office in working the specification on the petitions relating to Everly Brown, candidate for the state senate, the 10th senatorial district, Democratic primary, found that there is a page number, it's not numbered in sequential order. Page 3 follows page 29. I believe
Read it, Tony.
they can't.
Instead of putting 3-0, they put 3, got the 0, should be page 30.
Which is 28,
29, 3, 31. You get a chance to hear it.
Commissioners, if you,
Not really.
agree, what?
I said, not really, if you look at the dates.
Well, the dates don't have to be in
No, I
sequential.
understand.
Only on the pages are in sequential order. But it clearly, it's not a sequence, it's not sequential order, 29.
It's curable, right?
We're gonna give a notice today, and that's where we're gonna ask you to approve the defect notice. Commissioners, that concludes the presentation of the Coversheet Review Committee on this cycle.
Thank you very much.
If there anything in response to these notices, Commissioners, they'll be presented at the full board meeting, if they make a comment submission. Okay?
Great, thank you.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned at 3:45.